So today we're going to be talking about barefoot or minimalist shoes because I've been wearing them for the last 2 years to walk, exercise, hike and several other things. And I've noticed recently that they've become incredibly popular, so I want to find out why. So I decided to research shoes that were better for my knees because when lifting heavy or doing high intensity training, I would often feel like my feet didn't feel particularly grounded, and the shoes I was wearing prevented a range of motion that allowed my ankles to really build up some flexibility and strength. So I decided to try barefoot shoes and, well, I've never looked back. Here are the main reasons why people might choose the barefoot or minimal shoe. Firstly, there's no elevated heel. Secondly, they have minimal padding. Thirdly, they have an ultra thin sole. Fourth, they're usually made from an incredibly flexible material, unlike conventional shoes. 5, they have a wide toe box, which is good for people like me who have particularly wide feet. And 6, they also have minimal arch support. As someone who has definitely experienced foot and knee pain from traditional shoes, I found immediate benefits from going barefoot. Just a reminder though, if you do have serious and problematic feet, then always see a qualified podiatrist. Better to be safe than sorry. Over time, it's claimed that you lose the flexibility and strength in your feet you naturally have as a child because regular shoes offer too much support, whereas barefoot or minimal shoes are supposed to give your feet the amount of space they need to move in a very natural way. Countless claims online talk about how the ultra-thin sole allow your feet to deform to the ground that you're walking on, because if you just have a straight plank of whatever under your foot as you're walking, then you're not going to be performing your foot muscles to perform well. And some experts on the topic have even posited that barefoot shoes could help the health of your hips as well. In modern society, we spend way more time sitting at our desks and less time walking, moving our body and working on increasing our mobility. And this comes with a whole range of imbalances in our bodies. But what I want to know is why barefoot shoes have become so popular within the sustainability and plant-based communities in the UK and around the world. So I've been trying out the Wilding shoes, who have kindly sponsored this video for the past few weeks now, and here's what happened. Wilding shoes do not have a footbed. This encourages the foot muscles to work with every single step. Without this, the muscles do not simply rest, but have to adapt to different surfaces, balance them, and are thus strengthened. With increasingly strong muscles, the foot becomes wider again, the toe positioned straighter and the arch of the foot more pronounced. The first thing I noticed was how much softer I was with each stride. Now, suddenly, because I didn't have all this cushioning, I could really feel the impact of each stride on my knees, my hips and, well, my entire body. I noticed a serious increase in flexibility in my ankles, and the base level of strength in my feet and in my toes certainly increased over time. Another interesting thing happened when I began to read Braiding Sweetgrass by Robin Wall Kimmerer, which is all about indigenous wisdom and plant teachings. I began to feel this real need or desire to really feel grounded when walking. I know it sounds funny, but Kimmerer's words really make you feel this longing to be more connected to the earth in a much more visceral way. And so during one walk at the beginning of lockdown, I decided to go barefoot to try it out. I think this is potentially one of the reasons why people who are interested in sustainability and plant-based living become interested in barefoot shoes. There's almost this sense that because you can feel the ground more, it actually helps to ground you and bring you closer to nature. I mean, who knows? This could be very wishy-washy, but hey, we're just working on hypotheses here, and for me, this one makes the most sense. This is one of the reasons I wanted to try out the Wilding shoes. Their core values are based on their mission to strengthen the connection between people and the environment. And the more I thought about this and our connection to the environment, the more I saw a connection between those interested in protecting the environment and those who wore barefoot shoes. The more I walked, the more I wanted to understand the role that rewilding plays in restoring and conserving the wilderness that we so lovingly explore. As I explored more areas of nature where it had been left to its own devices, I also discovered the power that nature has to reclaim itself in ecosystems. Also, my pal Azias from Queer Brown Vegan did an amazing post on rewilding, and he said this about it. The aim of rewilding is to allow nature to create a self-harmonizing system in which it cultivates its own resiliency and biodiversity. Due to the increasing demand for urbanization, industrialized agriculture, and other large-scale projects, ecosystems have suffered so much in the past few decades. In his book, Feral, George Monbiot also said this about rewilding. But rewilding, unlike conservation, has no fixed objective. It is driven not by human management, but by natural processes. There is no point at which it can be said to have arrived. Rewilding of the kind that interests me does not seek to control the natural world, to recreate a particular ecosystem or landscape, but having brought back some of the missing species, to allow it to find its own way. So you might be wondering, what is the connection between barefoot shoes or barefoot walking and rewilding? Well, I think barefoot shoes seem to be so popular amongst sustainability kind of people interested in sustainability, because these two categories of people who like barefoot shoes and people who like sustainability, often find themselves in nature, exploring the wilderness and collecting memories of journeys that their feet have taken them on. Every camper, hiker, or trail runner I've met all seem to have a strong moral compass when it comes to leaving no trace, taking care of the land they explore, and protecting areas from becoming another casualty to industrialization. Maybe this is a small stretch, but I honestly believe this is why minimal or barefoot shoes are truly popular. Of course, there are a lot of people like me who benefited greatly in terms of hip flexibility or foot strength and flexibility and improvement and ankle strength, but they've also improved my connection to nature, especially when I listen to books on environmentalism while I'm walking in somewhere particularly beautiful. And whilst I can sort of feel the ground at the same time as I'm walking and I'm listening, it really provides that beautiful and quite a specific connection. They carry memories of trips, workouts, and a shared love of exploring, a feeling of being grounded and truly present wherever I walk. But hey, this could just be me, and why they're so popular to me. I'd love to know your thoughts. It could be walking, it could be being in nature, it could be a combination of all of them. But for me, this is why I think that barefoot shoes are so popular within the sustainability movement and plant-based movements and things like that, because there's a very real connection between sustainable materials and feeling the ground as we walk and we explore, and wanting to take care of that place as well. If you are interested in learning more about rewilding, then I certainly recommend this book Feral by George Monbiot. It says it's captivating. It will change the way you think about the natural world and your place in it. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.